Yay! Hi, everybody. Welcome to the Survivor After Show on theStream.tv. I'm your host, Jerri Manthey, and I have a very special guest host tonight, Christina Chaw from One World Survivor.
Hi.
And
I am surrounded by beautiful women tonight.
No!
Stop it.
Two of the hottest survivors in history, right?
Yes, and this is Justin Walter. Yes, Justin, we are. No. Oh my
I
gosh.
think you guys
We're
should
the
have
only
come
hottest one.
and played or done the show tonight in your bikinis.
No. This is high def. That's not allowed. So, hi all you guys. Go ahead and subscribe to theStream.tv while you're here at the YouTube channel. And send us your yummy questions. We love answering these things live on our show. It's always a good time. And Twitter. I have a live Twitter thing tonight, so if you want to send me some live Twitter.
Jerri is
comments.
loaded with all these contraptions over here. Christina, we're not going to make you do any of that.
Yeah, you're the guest. Just relax.
Okay.
We're just gonna prompt you
I have
to
my
talk.
phone here on the side just in case for any important tweets.
Totally. All right, well, let's get started. All right, Shireen. It was the Shireen show at the top of the show again, was it not?
The Shireen show.
Yeah. Now, tell us, Justin, what your theory is.
So I have said a couple weeks ago, the moment we saw Shireen get that story about being bullied and growing up and always being the outsider, we have seen her develop now from being at the bottom to I feel like she is definitely making the finals. And even after tonight, definitely the quotes we're getting from her, from being the driver in the back seat to then, making big moves. We are seeing this season set up as the Shireen show. That's what I truly feel. It's going to be Shireen and Mike in the end. And
I can see it now.
I think it's already there. That's what we're gonna watch.
Because at the top of the show, she decided that she was going to approach Mike and team up with him and gain his trust through his voting process.
Which we can talk about again.
And Christina, how do you feel about Shireen? Because I know she's a very polarizing character.
I like Shireen. Anyone that's kind of representing corporate America, not that I love corporate
You
America.
have been so white collar.
So white
White collar.
I think I messed up the microphone there for a minute. But the thing is, it's just like I like her fighting because everyone's like, no, I don't want her to succeed because, you just don't want her to win because it's like she's corporate America. She probably makes enough money versus the blue collar, the white collar. Okay, I'm being totally judgmental here. Not that saying that people who are in blue collar and white collar can't make money.
We
But
just,
I just
we
think
never
that's
even
the
thought of that.
misconception.
We never even thought of the fact that she probably has some money, right? She works at Yahoo.
She works at Yahoo. I'm
No,
sure
she's
she has
good.
got some
Yeah, but here's my
stock.
question. You two have played. How much of the game do people even care about how much people make money? I feel like as a
No,
viewer,
it's a big
the money
factor.
isn't even, as a viewer, maybe you can tell me that people don't care about the money as why they would vote for someone to win if they need it or not.
Okay, then why are you playing? Because I think most of the
I
times
think-
people say they like the game
Yes.
for the adventure, but ultimately we're all there for the $1 million.
But would you vote for someone who needed the money because they didn't make a lot of money versus someone who you felt deserved the game?
I would. I've definitely based at least one or two votes on people because they needed the money more than the other person.
Who?
Well,
Putting you on the spot, Jerry.
You know what? I got kind of screwed in Heroes and Villains because I had to choose either Russell, which wasn't going to happen, or Parvati or Sandra, who both won $1 million. So I don't really know what I'm talking about.
Yeah. Jerry's just getting ready for Coachella.
I think
my brain's at Coachella.
I think you got to vote like who deserves it, who really played the game. I think that's
Thank
what
you.
And, that's what you need to think about.
But if $1 million winner is sitting there and somebody who you kind of like and you see who has played a good game, good enough to get to the final three, and they're totally broke and you know that they're going to lose their house and they have kids.
No, you don't
Give
get
me
the
a break.
sympathy vote for me. I'm sorry. It's just, like,
And they called
you
me
should
a
have figured
bitch.
that out.
Christina's the new Survivor
I'm sorry.
villain.
No. And we
Christina!
had people who made a lot of money, like Tarzan, Gregory Smith, he was a surgeon. We didn't know he was a surgeon because he lied about what he did for his profession.
Yeah.
And then when that came out, we're like, well, why would we give him the $1 million? He's already rich. He has a mansion in Houston. He's a great guy, but we're like, I don't want to give him the money.
Yeah.
So all of us were fighting for it, and that's just how it is.
I do agree with what you said. I do like the fact that Shireen is fighting. She is fighting to be there.
She is.
She went from being on the outsides after Max got voted off, and she is fighting. I love a super fan that fights. So
Right.
I'm actually enjoying seeing her fight and get nitty and
Crawling her
gritty
way up.
and get her hands dirty.
Well, she's definitely had a character arc
Yes.
already. I mean, at the beginning, she was this really polarizing person talking about watching monkeys have sex and like really bizarre things. We're all like, who is this crazy person that's on here
Getting
this
almost
season?
naked with Max,
Yes.
too.
Bottomless.
Like,
No, bottomless. No,
Yes.
no bottomless. And you know, it's funny you say.
I don't know why she went bottomless. I'd rather go topless.
Yeah.
I don't know. We had a
We
whole
talked about
episode
that.
about that. We were so disturbed.
Yep.
But you mentioned that Shireen is really fighting to stay in the game, and this episode was all about Jen wanting to quit.
Yes.
And yet not quitting when she had the opportunity. So how do you feel about Jen now? Because I am really sick.
A lot of people on YouTube are talking about, is Jen pretending? Do people want to drag her along because of that? Jen, get out of there. Like what Joe said, Jen is already mentally, physically, she's basically quit. She's just not quitting. She's
I
a
don't
quitter.
understand if she's quitting because she was fighting so hard with that immunity.
Yeah.
Immunity challenge,
Immunity
yeah.
challenge. And you would think that she really wanted it, but she keeps on saying, she's vocalizing she wants to quit. And I agree, if you want to quit, get the F out. Get
It's
the fuck
so
out.
annoying.
You know, it's annoying.
And what it reminds me
Yeah.
of is, remember when Lindsay quit on Brains, Brawn, and Beauty because her alliance with Cliff got broken up. He got blindsided, then she quit because she lost an ally. It's very similar with what Jen is kind of. She's mad she lost Haley, her go-to ally, so she's just kind of throwing in the towel, and it's pathetic. It is pathetic. She had the
disgusting.
potential to be a really good player.
We loved her at the beginning.
She's
Jen
been a
was
strong
great.
player. That immunity play and this whole I want to quit and I just want to spice it up now. It is really making me not happy with her as a Survivor contestant.
No,
It's
it's
like a sore
not.
loser.
And
Yeah.
you know, I think that
Yeah.
was a really important moment when Jeff at Tribal Council was like, if you really want to quit, go ahead and save Joe. And she didn't.
Yeah.
So then I have to kind of question, maybe that's her strategy? I mean, it's an interesting strategy, right? But I mean,
Yeah.
would she actually
So
do
for
that
you,
to,
for you
keep,
two,
to
would
stay
you,
around?
would you put yourself in those positions? You played the game. If you have Joe versus Jen and Jen says, vote me off, I want to leave, what would you guys have done? Would you have spared her?
No, I would have still voted out Joe because
Yeah.
he's a bigger threat.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah.
but it would just annoy me, and I'd have to tell her every day that she was annoying. I mean, like, just quit.
Okay, so why isn't anyone pinpointing at Mike as a big threat? Because I feel like he's the big threat.
He's
you
a
don't, you don't
huge
see
threat.
that. You don't see
He's the
anyone.
biggest threat out
He's the
there.
biggest threat, and no one has pinpointed
Well,
him.
and it's interesting
he's
at the end of
ringleader.
Tribal when we were watching and Jeff said, all right, if you're a threat, you guys got to take the threats out. Take the threats out, and if you're a threat, watch out. Mike is playing almost like a Boston Rob puppet master game right now,
Totally.
and I think it's going to be him and Shireen in the end. I think Mike's going to win, probably.
It's very possible.
And he's just pulling the cords, and it's like there's 9 people left. Jeff, you said this was the best season ever. It's a decent season, but it's kind of getting really predictable.
And
Although
you know,
the Tribal was pretty interesting.
Yeah.
it was. And you know, I think what's really great about this season is there's a lot of really fun characters.
Yes.
There's a lot of memorable people. There's some, Boston Rod tonight, the imitation master.
Oh my
Oh, Rodney.
gosh.
He did imitations of Mike and of Dan that were like spot on. It was amazing.
I'm surprised that he can go beyond a Boston accent because I thought that's the only thing he has, but apparently he can do Mike
yeah.
and he can do Dan.
Yeah,
I actually
spot on,
I
man.
closed my eyes just like when he started doing it for part of it, and it was so spot on. I thought it was Mike talking.
Yeah.
So good.
I mean, it's clear that they're getting on his nerves. Which, Joe, I think it's very interesting, like in the moments where there's this comedic relief being given by Boston Rod, Joe was the only one who really took notice of the fact that Rod had some issues with Mike. It was
Yeah.
like he was airing in public his feelings towards Mike, which
Yeah.
he keeps claiming he's going to make a move. Oh, I'm not
Which
going to
could have been
stay
the big
true to
game
my blue
changer.
collar.
That could have been the biggest game changer right there and played that and go like, oh, you don't like Mike, and just really like dig and poke at it to really put the target on Mike, but Joe didn't think about it at all.
No.
So you kind of wonder about his strategy. Although the fake immunity idol, that was
Oh my
brilliant.
gosh. The best
That was
fake
the
immunity idol ever by the jewelry artist. Let me just say, I
Well,
was impressed.
2 questions on YouTube about this.
Okay.
One for Jerri specifically. You make jewelry.
Yes.
So a question is, would you have bought that as a real idol? Would you have thought it was a real idol if someone showed you that?
If I had already seen one of the other idols, no.
Christina?
Maybe.
You saw
I mean,
Jen
it was pretty
play
good.
her
it was
idol.
pretty good.
It didn't look like
It
Jen.
didn't,
Yeah.
no.
But if he had maybe thrown in that, there used to be that one idol, a
If you wrapped
season
it
not
with a
too long ago.
loincloth,
Yeah,
you
yeah.
can't tell.
But
Yeah.
it's that one season where there was another idol that you could only use to a certain point.
Oh,
the
yeah.
Tyler Perry
Yeah, it's
idol.
happened
If
a
he had
couple
thrown
times.
that in
Yeah.
for a super fan like Mike,
Yeah.
and said, hey, this is the special idol, maybe he could have gotten away with it.
Here's Lotus Petal 1008 asked this question. I think it's really good, and I think this could have been a spot where Joe made a mistake. He or she says, do you think the vote outcome may have been different tonight if Joe gave the fake idol to someone in the Blue Alliance besides Mike? Which I think is a really good point.
Right.
Because let's say he would have gone to Rodney and said, Rodney, I will give you this idol. Rodney probably would have switched his vote. Someone else may have switched their vote and actually bought it. But
Right.
Mike
Yeah.
is too savvy. So I think that's a really
Right.
good point. Did Joe make the mistake on approaching Mike? Because he knows Mike is the leader.
It's
Right.
possible. I didn't know why Mike played it for Will, other than just to maybe test if it was real.
It was 100% to test if it was real.
Yeah, that was a little strange.
Yeah.
I was like, why give it to Will? Whatever. You know me,
He was
always
just throwing it away.
I'm always a little bit, behind. It takes me a few minutes to catch up. It's the new haircut.
Well, and someone on YouTube was asking, "Oh my gosh, Will, where has Will been? He's been missing for the last couple weeks," which is true. Where has Will gone? What is Will doing?
You
We
know,
don't know.
He's not talking very much. That's what he's doing.
Yeah.
He's not talking very much, but when you were looking at the votes, you had Joe, Jen, and there was that one Dan. And you were asking earlier, why is there Dan? Who voted for Dan?
Yeah.
So what happened when you're playing the game, and Jerri can contest to it, there's always one person that's kind of like the floater, and they're not really sure where they're going to go with one alliance or to the other alliance. So what they do, they split the vote, and then they tell one person to vote one person in case someone plays the idol. So I'm guessing it's Will.
I
That's
didn't
why
see it
he's
at the end of the
quiet.
episode. I didn't get
I don't
to
know.
see
I'm
it, yeah.
guessing.
Yeah.
Well, if Christina's wrong, tell us on YouTube.
Please. That was my experience.
All right. Well, you know what? We're going to take a little short break here. When we come back, we're going to get some of those Twitter questions in there. And go ahead and subscribe to thestream.tv. See you in a second.
Just in case you missed it live.
In case you missed it live.
Just in case you missed it live.
Oh, just in case you missed it live.
In case you missed it live, I'm doing something right now.
So we're all super excited.
This is dancing.
So what would that be, like a 7?
I cannot. I literally cannot. You guys have got to get it together.
Don't hate the player, don't hate the game. Hate the contract you didn't get.
He's a coward. He's a giant chicken shit.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. It's going to be like hurricane. Whoa.
Watch out for those girls. They are gagging them.
Hold the phone,
Hold on.
bro.
That the more brutal you are, the more power you have.
Right.
That was sexy, it was hot, it was heated, I was into it.
You are going to be the most high-paid hooker in the world.
Go ahead and invite your friends and everybody. Tell your mama, tell them don't ahead, turn the stove off and get up on the computer so we can get on the stream.tv.
Thank you again for joining us, and until next week, bye-bye.
And we're back. Hello, Survivor After Show, the stream.tv. And we're getting some amazing questions coming in on YouTube that Justin is going to
Yes.
bring
So,
up.
well, Joseph McGross is what do you guys think of Shirin's edit tonight? It looks like she could be a major contender to be a winner, which we all
Yes.
agree. Joseph Lim asks, Jerri, did you guys do impressions of other contestants during your seasons while you were out there? And if so, who?
You know what? On the All Stars, there was a really awesome moment where the red tribe, I can't even remember the tribe name anymore.
The villains?
Mogo, I think. No, the All Stars.
Oh, got
yeah,
it.
where
Yeah.
Rob's sister Nino was Jeff Probst.
Oh my gosh.
And they did like a whole tribal council, and
Funny.
somebody imitated me.
So funny.
And our whole tribe, yeah. It's
Love
pretty
it.
funny.
Love it.
It's the things we do out there, to keep ourselves busy. We're so bored. And they're just trying to come up with fun things to make people laugh, because when people laugh, time goes by faster.
Yes.
Yep.
So true. So true. Love it.
Anything else? Anything else?
No, we're just getting a lot of feedback about, you know, the mic move and Jen, and does she really want to quit? So keep your questions coming, guys.
All right, well, let's switch over to Twitter then. I've got 3 good Twitters that I'm going to show you. Yeah. It's not working.
New technology.
Yeah, we're trying something new. I have no idea why it's not working. All right, well, I have a Twitter from the Creepy Finnish Guy, one of my favorite Survivor fans of all time. He says, honest, uncensored, truthful opinion on Survivor quitters. P.S. like my new buff. He's got the Australian buff.
So what
on.
is your guys' uncensored opinion? Quitters. If Jen were to quit tonight, or if she quits next week, what is your opinion?
I hate quitters, and I hate people who act like they're going to quit, and I hate people who bitch and moan about being on Survivor, because yes, it's tough, and if it wasn't tough, everyone would do it. I mean, let's get real, people. This is like the toughest thing you're ever going to do in your whole life. Accept it before you go out there, and don't bitch about it. Shut up. And if you want to quit, quit.
Don't even apply. Don't even hop on. Don't be here.
It's disgusting.
Just get out.
Yes.
I mean, I don't need to add to that.
All right, the next tweet. I always want to say twat. That's like the past tense of tweet. It's about Alban Horncastle. Jen is pathetic. Can we get a view? Yeah, Jen is pathetic. Asking to be voted out is worse than quitting. It means she has no self-conviction to just get up and walk.
Boom.
Right?
Man.
Boom.
That's what we were just saying.
Boom.
Seriously, you had the chance to walk off. You could have, you didn't.
And there's a
Lame.
difference, like to be defeated or to quit.
Yeah.
Being defeated is the most respectful way.
You
You could be
Survivor.
defeated. You could be defeated.
That happens.
Or and the quitting thing is just you have
quit.
no respect.
It's unacceptable.
It's unacceptable.
Yeah, don't do it. And then the last tweet I have here is from Hauser33. If you could have been on only one of 30 seasons, which one would you have been? And it says, Jerri, all yours were the best.
So basically, Jerri picks tweets that are all about loving her.
Pretty much. Yeah, no, Survivor Australia is still, I think, the best location of all locations.
I think
the most
Palau is
deadliest
one of the
one,
most
too.
beautiful.
It
Philippines
was.
and Palau are gorgeous as well.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I definitely would never want to do Africa. Never, never, never.
Oh
Yeah.
no.
Jerri, we have to talk about the reward challenge with all the food.
Oh
the
my
candy.
gosh. Oh my gosh, okay. Yeah, so the reward challenge
was a commercial.
It's a big candy buffet.
Yeah.
And we had a candy chocolate buffet on Heroes and Villains, and I threw up. So I know the whole time I was watching that, I'm like, you guys are gonna throw up candy. It's gonna be multicolored and very chocolatey. It kind of tastes the same coming up.
Oh
I'm
my
not
God.
gonna
So
lie.
did you reheat it?
I did not.
Gross.
You could have the reward again.
Yeah.
If
And
you
then
go at it again.
Well, you're
oh my
that
gosh.
hungry, you might do it.
But let's also talk about the fact that the reward challenge was probably one of the most hilarious challenges we've had yet.
Oh, it's the best.
It was like a big belly flop contest, like people diving off of platforms, landing flat on their stomach in the water, like
Christine,
hilarious.
what did they look like to
I
you?
mean,
Yeah,
like,
Dan-
looking at
Dan and Will.
they look like two big walruses that were just like flopping over. And I love the way how Will just kind of like flumbled over. It was cute. I actually tweeted a nice little GIF of Will flopping over.
Oh my gosh.
He's gonna hate me.
It looked so. And did you notice the slide thing when they went down? All of them, their skin was like.
Yeah.
They do that on purpose.
Yeah, Survivor Wipeout edition.
There's no plastic
Wipeout.
coating on any of that stuff. It's wood, and so when you get water on wood, it's not slippery.
No, you get splinters and stuff.
No, it was totally squeaky.
And that's another point where at the reward we saw Shireen again, like the Shireen show.
Yeah.
Of, this is my chance to get in with these people. I'm coming from the bottom up. It's Shireen, Shireen, Shireen.
It
everywhere,
is.
everywhere.
It is. And then the immunity challenge, standing. I said
So I had a question.
It's the calf killer is what that was.
I had a question for you: is how do you make that challenge fair? And you said you had an answer. How does that challenge fair? Because everyone is different heights.
Yeah, at the beginning of the season, you have to check in with people, and they take all your measurements. So when it comes to things that involve height, they adjust the height of each platform so that it matches yours. So it's all very equal and it's all very fair.
So for this one, did they test calf lengths? You know, how big people's calves were? Because people with longer calves, I'm just making this up as I go, may have an advantage here.
No,
right,
because
or if they have a flatter head or not.
Yeah.
No, a flat head would be very useful. But
Or a lot of hair to shove that piece in your hair so it's like nice and nestled in there.
how big was Malcolm's hair tonight? By the way?
You just said Malcolm.
That's what we're talking about.
No, so that's
Who's Joe. We have Malcolm
when
number
Joe
2.
left, Jerry, you got your hair cut. You
Yeah.
and Joe almost have the same exact hair. going
Yeah.
on
He kind of
right
looks
now.
like Ozzy too, a little bit.
That's what we're saying.
It's
He's like a
cross between
combo.
Ozzy and Malcolm.
Yeah.
What you call him? A Malcolm?
I
We
always
just
call him Malcolm.
again.
Oh.
You know, he's like Joe is like Malcolm meets Ozzy. And
Mozzie.
but
He's Mozzie.
not as
He's
entertaining,
Mozzie.
and I guarantee I'll put money on this that Joe will be back for a future season of Survivor. They probably love him.
Right.
But yeah, his hair looks exactly or very close to yours.
Yeah, I noticed that tonight. I was like, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
So Tribal Council was very interesting tonight.
Yes.
I love it when it gets weird at Tribal Council, and Jeff said some pretty trippy things to people. Right, do you have anything on there about Tribal?
Let's see here. Give me a second. But one thing I want to say about Tribal Council, it made me think of Palau when Janu and Stephanie was about to get voted out probably, and Jeff basically was like, Janu, like if you don't want to be here, leave. If you want to be here, leave. And then she ended up quitting, and Stephanie stayed. So I wonder if there was a little bit of that tonight, like in the behind the scenes of. Jen wants to leave. Why don't we try and get her to actually quit so Joe can stay?
Yeah, I know. That was really strange. Has Jeff ever said that before? 'Cause
What?
I can't remember any time where Jeff has said it at Tribal Council. If you really want to quit, there's the door. Have you ever seen him do that?
He basically did in Palau to Janu. Like he was kind of
Okay.
like, why are you here? You don't want to be here. And she ended up quitting.
I don't remember.
I know
that.
from like a producer's standpoint, and I can talk about it right now because I'm not in a contract with them.
Oh,
they
whoa.
don't want that. They don't want you to quit, and they even tell you in casting, you know, if anything,
Totally.
we don't want any quitters,
Right,
and they'll
but
show.
I've never seen
they'll
him
show
actually,
Nyanka's thing of her quitting,
like
Oh
and
my God, all of
showing
them, right?
someone the
Yeah.
door. And I think there's something to that. I think Jeff really likes Joe, and I think he was trying to find him one more, episode to hang on to.
A bunch of people are hashtagging Mozzie as the
Mozzie,
name,
I
as the new name
love-
for Joe, which
That
I
was
love.
me. Thank you guys for your
Mozzie.
support.
I loved it. And then Joseph Lim, he's all over this saying he loved watching the immunity challenge. And a lot of people, I think, love those endurance challenges. You got to love the good endurance challenge. And really, who's going to fight? And Tyler won. Tyler, again, there's a lot of people who are like becoming non-existent on this season.
Yeah.
Tyler, where are you? Will, where are you? We're basically getting to see Mike, Rodney.
Even Sierra.
Sierra, where's Sierra? That scene between Sierra, Mike, and Shireen is obviously going to play out to be a huge decision factor of where this season's going to go. But it is like they're really developing a few people strongly, but then all the other people, it's like, where are you in this game?
I'll be really interested to see who ends up in the final 3. And if it is the people that are getting the most camera time and the most character arc, then I think maybe Survivor editing staff needs to think how they edit.
Jerry! Those are fighting
Because
words.
that's like too predictable.
Well, here's what's been interesting too. A lot of people
I'm not trying to pick
I'm
a
gonna
fight.
side on you with Survivor editing.
Well, and here's the thing: a lot of people are.
I'm sure a lot was
of
said.
people are
Yeah,
saying
yeah.
on YouTube and on some of our past shows that it basically give Mike the win right now because of how he's being edited, or Shireen. Mike or Shireen look to be probably and possibly Carolyn. Those are what people on YouTube are saying, and a lot of fans are saying if you look at the editing, those are the 3 that are most likely, one of those 3 will definitely win this season.
Well, I think next week we get to see, we saw a little peek at Rodney and Mike going head to head, and maybe Rodney will make a move, because every week he threatens to, but I'm just waiting. I want to see Rodney do
And
something
that's the thing.
crazy.
He keeps saying every week I'm going to make this move. It's going to be too late because he'll get back.
Yeah.
He'll get
He'll
blindsided
be
before he can make that move.
hanging
It's-
out in the jury line.
Do it now. Do it now.
Yeah. It's,
All right.
it's annoying. But one thing real quick, Jerry.
Uh-oh.
One of our fans.
Every time somebody
No, there's
throws.
something I gotta bend under. Okay. Hayward the dog on Instagram. We love Hayward the dog, right?
Yes.
Hayward the dog, we want to thank you. Mailed us Survivor Buffs, the commemorative buffs.
Oh my gosh.
Thank you. You have it already?
Yeah, I do,
Hayward
so I
didn't
don't
send
need
you
it.
one.
Sorry.
Ryan, we have one for you, but thank you so much to Hayward.
Thank
These are awesome. I'm going to wear this to bed
You
every
will.
night. I do. I wear it as
No,
blindfolds.
Justin's gonna wear it as a skirt.
No, I'll wear it as a tube top, maybe. Also, Survivor fandom, Survivor Wiki. Thank you guys for putting up our show. We love getting Survivor fans talking about the show
love
all
Survivor
over.
Wiki.
But these buffs, amazing. If you don't have one, follow Hayward on Instagram. Maybe he'll send you one.
Yeah,
Hayward the
good
dog.
luck with that. All right, you guys, well, that's another episode of the Survivor After Show here on theStream.tv. Thank you so much, Christina Chong, for joining us. Yay!
Thank you. Oh,
And
good.
Justin, I will see you again next week.
Oh, if you survive Coachella.
I will. I will survive. All right, everybody, see you next week. For more Survivor After Show, hit that button and subscribe to theStream.tv.